ARCA wins and championships as well. So that's the culture of this program, and we want to do it now at the highest level in racing motorsports. And on a personal note, if you had told me when I started in racing in 2010, I'd be sitting here today. That would have been a bridge too far probably, but I couldn't be more excited personally to be here involved with these two gentlemen. Jimmie is going to be obviously a great name and help with a lot of our awareness and marketing. Obviously on the competition side, working with our drivers, Eric and Noah, Grant, all those things will be positive. I think you're going to hear from him, and he's going to be as excited to be back and this stuff, and as he moves on in his career and the like. But from a petty GMS, where we're going, this is a phenomenal step for us. Richard obviously was the first bridge. Now with this one, very, very excited about that. But I'm sure you'll hear good stuff out of these guys. But we look forward to the 23 season. Our driver contingency is as good as anybody in the business. Mike and the competition side have shown good stuff, as you saw with the Darlington situation. So it's very exciting times for us.
Thank you, Maury. Jimmie, I remember you telling me the night before you announced that you were stepping away from full-time competition and stepping away from Hendrick Motorsports, that you weren't done. You just didn't know exactly what that path might be. And you've been true to your word that, you've kept very active. And I'm sure I join a lot of people in the garage that look forward to having you back. So how does it feel to be coming back on such a regular basis in NASCAR? How does this day and this evolution feel to you?
Honestly, it feels incredible. I must say I did not see this in my future. This is something that an opportunity that's developed that makes sense for so many ways, so many reasons, and an opportunity I'm honored to be a part of and very excited to be a part of. So, with all that being said, again, this wasn't last time I was really at a NASCAR race was here in 2020, other than the double, at the Brickyard IndyCar race. So, when I left here, I really had no idea what was in store for me. I knew I wanted to try IndyCar. I had an amazing experience there, and stepping away from full-time IndyCar, I wanted to create, a good 8 to 10 race schedule of just really fun races, and certainly coming back to NASCAR. And as this conversation started, it's one that I really had to pay close attention to, and an offer that, an opportunity that it's just a life-changing opportunity for me, and one that I had to take. So I'm very excited about this.
Richard, you and I have talked a lot, as you have with everybody in this room. You were there at NASCAR's first Cup Series race, the family business, Petty Enterprises, and the evolution that became Richard Petty Motorsports and now Petty GMS Racing. So talk about the addition. What do you feel about the addition of Jimmie Johnson and what that adds to this race team, how things continue to build and evolve?
Me and Murray talk all the time about what can we do to improve our situation, make our business bigger, win some more races. And she called me one day and he said, I've been talking to Jimmie Johnson. And I said, you got to be kidding. Jimmie Johnson wants to be involved with us, or we want to be involved with him. And from that standpoint, I just sort of went off the edge and I said, this has got to be one of the biggest things that's happened to the Petty crowd in GMS from that standpoint. We joined Cahoots last year, got a pretty good start this year, but with Jimmie adding on with his popularity and the people he knows that we don't know, it had to be a heck of a deal. So from my standpoint, it's a big, big step, not just for 1 year, but I'm looking farther down the road. If Jimmie comes in, does his deal, I'm 85 years old, so I'm not going to be here for another 15 or 20 years. And then Jimmie can kind of take over. So that had to be a plus.
Mike, when you look back over your 40 plus, maybe 50 plus year career, you've been with a lot of great drivers, a lot of incredible owners, be it Richard, Bill Elliott, Junior Johnson, all of them. So what does this mean? And you've helped build GMS from the ground up. What does this mean for the future when you look at Petty GMS Racing?
Well, it's definitely the future looks bright for us, and when this all started, and Maury, we talked about this for a couple of years.